Hello my friends, this is Jeannie. Welcome to my channel. If you are a returning visitor, welcome back and thank you. I want to share with you another Harry Potter project that I have been working on for my little girl's quickly up and coming birthday party. I used some plastic eggs and I purchased just a bulk supply of these eggs from Amazon. I got them in brown because that's all that was available. I was hoping to find white, but at the end of the day, it didn't really matter because the egg is going to be colored or painted in black. So it doesn't really matter the color egg. Doesn't even have to be plastic. If you have wood eggs, you can use wood eggs. To me, all that mattered was that it was a closed egg, not like the eggs that you would use to put treats in for Easter. Or though, if you do have those eggs and you want to use them, you can always just seal them shut and use them, I suppose. No problem. It's just an extra step I didn't want to do. So, plastic egg, some hot glue, acrylic paints, and other embellishments that aren't necessary, but if you have them, you might as well use them. Like I had some embellishment metallic waxes. I also had some embellishment mousse, but you totally don't need those. It's enough to have acrylic paint, plastic eggs, hot glue, and you're good to go. For the paints, if you have metallic type paints, acrylic paints, awesome. I had metallic silver, metallic bronze, and metallic gold. So I wanted to use those because I wanted my eggs to have a very metallic look to them. If you don't want the metallic look, then whatever egg, or not eggs, whatever color paint you have at home will work just fine. So before I walk you through the steps, let me show you some of the eggs that I made. Check this out. Gorgeous. This is one of my favorite ones. I love, love, love the way this one turned out. And can you believe that this started out as this? Check that out. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But I love, love, love the way they turned out. So that's one of my favorite ones. Here's another one of my favorite ones. And honestly, you can use these for so many other things, like Easter. If you don't want traditional Easter colored eggs, you want something a little funky, something a little more steampunk or gothic or grunge, this is the way to go. Check this one out. I love, love, love the way these turned out. I have kind of been a little obsessed with making them. They are super easy to make. So look at this one. Cool. Love, love, love them. Each egg is unique. Very unique. And these are so, like I said, super easy to make. So let's go ahead and walk you through the process. So you're going to start with your glue. Not your glue, your egg. Standard size egg. Like I said, I bought these in bulk through Amazon. And some hot glue. If you have a 2-temp hot glue gun, I recommend keeping it on the lower temp. Because these are plastic eggs, I don't want to melt through the egg, that's for sure. And I find that the high temp setting makes the glue very runny, of course, because it's at a high temperature. So it doesn't allow for you to create some intricate fun patterns like these patterns here, or this back and forth kind of pattern here. You need the glue to set really, really quickly as you're applying that. So the low temp is the best temp to go. So let me move the camera a tiny bit. So ouch, 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 ouch. I hate moving, you guys. I'm so sorry. Because I want you to see what I'm going to do. My favorite ones really are these. The ones with the kind of texture at the top and the bottom. So I'm going to show you how to make one of those, and then I'll show you how to make one with kind of like more the rings to them. So here's the egg, here's the glue. Super easy. Just watch your fingers. I have to tell you, watch your fingers, because I have burned myself more times than I care to admit. So in this case, you're going to start at the top end or bottom egg, I guess bottom end, depending on your your perspective of the egg. You're going to apply the glue with even pressure, and you're going to kind of swish back and forth. I'm going to try to get this on the camera. I'm going to try. So, again, it's really, that's all it is. Going back and forth while turning the egg in your hand. Okay? And sometimes you won't even want to go back over some space that you just covered up, just to add a little more dimension and a little more texture, kind of rough it up a bit more. But that's all I'm doing. Even pressure on the glue gun and going back and forth. Don't have to be perfect. There is no pressure because it's all going to be covered up. And it's just an egg. It's a dragon egg. It's not going to be perfect. No two eggs are going to be the same, so you don't have to worry about being perfect. So you see that? Look at that. Super cool, super easy, super quick. I'm even going to go back and just add a little bit more in those spaces, maybe where I didn't go down far enough, or where there's not enough texture for me. But that's all it is. Super easy, super easy. I think the hardest part is just maneuvering the eggs so you don't burn yourself, which so far I've not done a good job of that. I've burned myself so many times, it's insane. So here I'm going to add a little bit more. I mean, you can even do the whole egg that way. Okay, so check that out. I'm going to give that a second to dry. These have been so fun to make, and I can't believe how easy they are. And I think it just lends so much. Ooh, see what I just did? I touched that and I burned myself, silly girl. Lends so much fun to the party, because it's just going to be so unique. It's awesome, 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 awesome. I'm excited about this. Okay, so see the pattern? Okay, we're going to repeat that pattern on the other side once this dries. So again, that's, if you really have to be patient. I'm not a patient person. I think I've said that before. I want to just quickly get these done so that I can move on to the next step, which to me is the fun step, which is painting them. So there's the one side. Let's do the other side in the same movement. Okay, back and forth, even pressure. Let me try to turn it this way so you can see. Hoping you'll be able to see. Just like that. That's it. The best thing about this, no pressure to be perfect. None whatsoever. The more lumpy bumpy, the more character your egg has. And probably the little dragon that'll hatch out of it. And I'm going to add some glue here at the top. Just swish it, swirl it around. And that's that. So this egg is done. Done, 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 done. All I have to do now is let that dry and then paint it. Okay? So that's how you do that kind of swishy pattern. Let me show you one more. Let me show you how to do. If you want something more like this curling pattern, or this pattern right here with all the curly cues, for lack of a better word, I'll show you how to do those. Those require a bit more patience. So when I first started making the eggs, I had all the patience in the world, so I was taking my time doing those swirly patterns. But the more I got into the painting side of it, the more I wanted to just hurry up past the first step and get to that second step. So I started doing less and less eggs with that swirling pattern. But swirling pattern is super easy. Just have to take your time and make sure that you make kind of clean swirls and they don't all blend into each other. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a hot mess. So for me, I start at the top of the egg and just very carefully, even pressure on the gun, the glue gun. That's it. Okay, so there's the one. And then what I do is I connect the next one. I turn the egg, connect at the top, and do another little swish, a little swirly swish. And I make them big just so that I don't have to make too many of them to cover up the egg. And all these little flyaway little glue strings, once this dries up, you'll just pull those right off. So there you go. And then basically continue with that same pattern until I have the egg covered. Always connecting so that it looks a little more fluid, a little more like one big pattern instead of a bunch of little random patterns. See that? And I just continue this until my egg is done. Oh my gosh, guys. I mean, I went all out with this party. It's insane. I didn't really mean for it to escalate to where I'm doing all of these things, but it has been so much fun that I have not been able to stop. Today I put the sealant, the final coat, on the wands. Yesterday I used my sewing machine to sew together a spell book with actual spells and wand movement. It's like, it's amazing. I'll show that to you in a separate video. I have her bookmarks using the Hogwarts Express tickets that I laminated. I have, oh my gosh, it's just, I bought many toy dragons to put in the bag with the egg. If you're gonna have dragon eggs, you need dragons, right? So you kind of pretend that they're hatching. And it just goes on and on and on. I'm having so much fun. I did her quills. It's insane. It's insane. So you get the point. You continue this pattern until you fill the entire egg. You just need to be patient. Sometimes you have to stop and wait for parts of the egg dry so that you can move, for parts of the egg to dry so that you can rotate it and continue the pattern. So problem is, like I said, I'm not always patient, so I have been burning myself all over the place. You see? And when you're making the swirls, try to keep them clean, not running into each other. That way you have a very discernible, clear, you know, clean pattern. I think we can squish maybe one more in here. Let's squish one more little swirl in here. Doesn't have to be perfect, just enough to add some dimension. Okay, so I think this is a good, well, maybe we can squeeze one more in here. Let's squeeze one more in here. We're going to squeeze a little one in here. There we go. Okay, now that's a nice little egg. Okay, so we'll let this dry. We'll set this over here to dry. So after you have your pattern on your egg, the next step is to just cover it up with some paint. I used black acrylic paint, and I have this Apple Barrel brand, relatively inexpensive. I keep a lot of this paint on hand. There's a lot of projects that I work with. I like to add this black coat because whatever you add on top of it serves, like it highlights really nicely. So I use that black to cover up my egg, and that paint is good enough where most of my eggs I was able to cover up with just one coat. But a couple of the eggs, especially with the ones with the more intricate patterns where you have to push the paint in, took 2 coats. So you apply your black paint, you let that dry. You want it completely dried before you add any other color on top of it because you don't want the colors to bleed into each other. Now, this is where the fun comes in. And I would encourage you to use whatever you have in your stash. You can use acrylic paints, okay? Dry brush them onto the egg, and that's a pretty cool pattern. You can use, if you have waxes, which I do, and I just got these, and I love, 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 love these Phenobar waxes. That's all I have to say. To apply highlights to the eggs. If you have Nouveau embellishment mousse, okay, you can use that. I think most people are not going to have the mousse and not going to have the wax. So let's try to do some highlighting here with, we'll highlight one egg using the metallic paints and dry brushing it on. And then the others, we'll use the other embellishments I have. So this is a pretty cool egg. I think I'm going to use, let's do some silver. So here's the silver. Give that a good shake. I'm just going to put some over here on my palette. Don't need a lot. Okay. A brush. Don't need water because you're going to dry brush. Dry brush meaning you're going to use a dry brush, not dipped into any water whatsoever. And your paint, you're going to dip it directly into your paint. The reason, those are my dogs, you want a dry brush is because you don't want to cover the entire surface. You want to just kind of like create some highlights. You see that? So you know, that's just like that. Very loose. You can still see some of the black. See that? And you're just gonna quick coat. Gonna let that dry. And there you have one highlighted egg. So I'm gonna set that down to dry. Those dogs are crazy. So that's how you would do it if you wanted to dry brush with some paint. If you have the waxes, which I do, it's even more fun. So I have this color Fire Ruby, and I have brushed iron, and I have white gold. So super excited to be using these. And of course, I'm going to use my finger because why not? All right. So I'm going to dip my finger in the wax and just, that's it. Brush it on. Brush it on. Brush it on. Brush it on. I think my husband and my little girl just got back from jiu-jitsu. You see that? And you can add little or a lot. Whatever makes you happy. I'm filming, Jeffrey. Hello, he announces when he walks in the door. So funny. Hey, baby, go tell Daddy Mommy's filming. He shouldn't be yelling. That's my little girl. She just came back from kickboxing. So, there you go. And you just continue adding whatever makes you happy. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, these waxes are awesome. First of all, they smell amazing. They slide on or apply like butter. And I love the metallic feel of it. This is so cool. I'm becoming a little obsessed with these waxes, and I'm thinking I might have to get me, right now I only have the 3 colors that I showed you, but look at that. Look at that egg. Amazing. And you can leave it like that, and it's fine. But I want to add some more color. I'm going to add, I'll add some of the gold. I'm going to add some of the gold. Just to, oh, there you go. Look, even highlight that pattern more. That's amazing. We'll highlight these two patterns here. And then we can add just a little bit here and there of the gold, just to kind of bring it all together. Oh my gosh. How easy is this, guys? Super easy. And like I said, you don't need these waxes, though these waxes make it super, super easy. You don't need them. You can use acrylic paints and just dry brush it and you're good to go. So look at that. Beautiful. Awesome egg. This egg, maybe I'll add a little bit of silver here and there just to catch. See, I can keep going and going and going. For me, the hardest part is knowing when to stop. Because it's hard. You just want to keep going and going and going. And oops, lost my egg. There's a dragon egg. Isn't that awesome? That's just awesome. I'm going to put it to the side. And I'm going to continue with this one where I put the first layer of the acrylic paint. You can leave that just like that and it's perfect. But because I have these waxes, I'm going to add some red to the top of the egg. I think I've made more supplies than I really need. I have more wands than what I need. I have more books. I have everything I made, I have in excess. So I'm thinking maybe what I will do is put one of her party bags together and do a quick little flash giveaway here. Isn't that awesome? Look at that. And you can add, I'm going to add some more of this silver at the bottom just to even highlight it more. But I mean, just like that, guys, just like that. Okay, and maybe what we'll do is add a little bit of the red here and there just to kind of bring it all together, so it's not so stark. Silver, love it. I think this is my favorite combination. The red and silver is my favorite combo. Okay, and there, this egg is done. Dragon egg. Beautiful, beautiful dragon egg. So that is my project, my friends. This is what I have made so far. Look at these amazing, amazing dragon eggs. And again, plastic eggs, some hot glue, and some acrylic paints. That is the base or bare bone supplies that you will need if you have other embellishments on hand. You know me, I have a fully stocked craft room. You can use your waxes, you can use your embellishment mousses. Just try different things, see how it goes. Like I said, these don't have to be perfect. It's a good opportunity to experiment with different supplies you may have on hand and use different supplies that you may have on hand. So that is my entire project. Look at this. Love that. Fun, 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 fun. You know you're having fun when your hands are dirty. You know you're having a lot of fun when your hands are dirty. That is my project. Be on the lookout for other similar type Harry Potter themed projects. I have a few more I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you my frog box and my birdie bots. Jelly bean box. Those are fun too. So thank you, my friends, for watching. I truly do appreciate it. And I hope you will visit me again. Until next time. Bye-bye.